People are what's obvious, most exist anyway. But we know existing isn't enough, so why not live every day? Gusto with GD. Gusto with GD.
Greetings from the soul-soothing shores of Sri Lanka. We are today in Colombo, Sri Lanka, and I'm Dr. GD Singh, your host for Gusto with GD. You're watching Gusto with GD, brought to you by Unified Brainz in association with Passion Vista, your very own luxury lifestyle and business magazine. So Season 4 is all about the unsung stories that create impact. Here we don't just celebrate success, we dissect the sacrifices, the soul work, the journey behind the achievement. Today's episode is anchoring in healing of the mind, body and soul. Our first guest is Dr. Jawahar Alvi, joining us from United States of America, an award-winning behavior analyst, psychologist and a global advocate for special need education. Her journey has empowered thousands across the US, UAE, Bahrain and beyond. Her work speaks not just of professional excellence, but of compassion, leadership, tenacity in the face of adversity. I welcome you on the sets of Gusto with GD.
Thank you so much, Dr. G.
I hope your journey was safe.
It was.
It was a long one.
It was a long one.
So we have with us our second guest, Dr. Tamkia Moseley, also from United States. I welcome you on the sets of Gusto with GD.
Thank you, Dr.
How are
G.
you feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
Wow.
Happy to be here.
Fantastic. And I hope you also had a long flight, right?
Yes.
Almost 50 hours, I heard.
It was long, but I'm grateful.
Very nice. So let me give a small introduction about her. She's a veteran, herbalist, and a founder of Everything Health. Her refusal to surrender to her own son's medical progenies reshaped her life and is now changing the lives of others around the world through holistic, natural wellness and well-being. Get ready to witness strength in service, leadership through healing, and the incredible power of purpose. I think we have some of the best in both of them, and we'll be discussing and sharing the life journey and your passion throughout. Whatever you have gained so far, it's the time for you to give back to the society. So let's get into the discussion mode. So I'll be asking you a few questions, and I think you can give me your views and opinion of how exactly your life has changed and what exactly do you think about the questions. So Dr. Jawahar, from behavior therapy room to boardrooms, your journey has bridged psychology, education and global impact. What sparked the mission to transform special need care at such a wide scale?
It's a story that started in 2001. I'm originally from Pakistan, and I traveled to Chicago with my husband and my ex-husband, and I was there. I had my daughter at that time. She's 24 now. She's graduating from her university, and she was a small toddler, and because I had to work in America, so I went and I joined a preschool, and because I didn't have any qualification to be a teacher, so they took me in as an assistant teacher. So I worked there as an assistant teacher, changing diapers and doing laundry and mopping floors. So there were small kids that used to come there which had developmental disabilities, and I just somehow got pulled into that. And I've been reading a book by Gary Zukov,
Okay.
The Seat of the Soul, and I recommend that book to everybody.
The Seat of the Soul.
It's a beautiful book.
That sounds great.
And it says, when your personality syncs with your soul, that is true empowerment.
Yes.
I completely understand.
So
I think
that kind of
that goes well with your saying. Yeah.
So then, I kind of got attracted towards that, and I started helping the therapists
So
out.
when did it start?
This was 2001,
Oh.
and then I started working with a therapist, and I got really interested in it, and I was like, I really need to go back to school and do something. So I went back and I did a diploma in early childhood education.
Okay.
And then, the director of the daycare, she made me a teacher. So I became a teacher, and I'm doing all the work and everything. And then I was like, I'm still not satisfied because I'm not doing anything to help those who are, who come with a disability. Some disabilities you can see and some you can't.
Absolutely.
So at that time, I went back and I went for an MS in special education. No, I went back for an MS in early childhood education. The first class I took was in special ed. And after that, I'm like, I found the passion of my life.
Wow.
And I never wanted to go back.
I'm having goosebumps now.
I swear, after that, I changed my major to special ed. And there has never been a day that I've been bored in my life after that. I completed my MS in special ed, and before that I was employed at a co-op which only had special ed kids. I worked there for 8 years with severe behaviors, and I had 2 concussions, a broken arm.
Oh.
I'm still in the field, and the only thing that I used to wake up to was, how can I make this better? So in order to make it better, I went back and I completed my certification to become a board certified behavior analyst. I did that. And then I took admission in a doctorate program for clinical psychology.
Wow, so much of learning.
Yeah.
My God.
And I had my own kids, my daughter, then I had my son. And I kept on going, and then I started working as a behavior analyst with little kids and adults. In 2015, I came to Dubai because, all of us expats, we want to be closer to home.
Correct.
So I thought Dubai was the best place to be. So I brought my kids and I was there, and I started a clinical setting by the name of Rife USA.
So that was in Dubai?
That was in Dubai.
Okay.
I was a single brown woman who opened a clinical setting in Dubai, which was successful. And by the end of it, I was nominated for the Sheikh Mohammed Disability Friendly Clinic.
Oh.
We had 70 kids. But at that time, my kids were growing older, and I had to go back to the United States because my daughter was in high school. And we just thought that it was important for her to go back. So I did sell my clinic off to somebody, and it's still running in the Kingdom of Bahrain because we had sprung out over there. And I went back to America. I still kept on working there. And then in 2017-18, I got a call from Pakistan from a parent saying, could you help my son? And I said, I can't because I'm working in America. And they're like, no, we'd really need your support. I said, well, I really can't because now I'm working full time here. And I said, I can give you the number of somebody where you can go and work. So they're like, okay, we will. So they did go. They actually went to the referral I gave. And in the meanwhile, I'm teaching and training online to I've trained 3,000 therapists till date.
Wow,
in behavior analysis all across.
4,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
In Africa,
That's
America,
amazing.
Canada, UK, Switzerland, New Zealand, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India also. And then what happened is that after a month they called me and they're like, no, when are you coming? And I'm like, and then the other thing they said is that she charged them a lot of money and she wasn't certified.
Oh.
So then when I went back, I went back and, we have a big house in Islamabad, and my brother said, why don't you use a small room in the back and start working there? So I cleaned up that room, put a carpet in there. We had one camera, 2 therapists. I started with 2 kids. Now we have 450 kids.
Oh, that's amazing.
And we have
Fantastic.
200
Amazing journey.
we have almost over 200 staff, and we have 9 clinical settings in Pakistan.
Oh.
So that's how my journey started.
That's
I
amazing.
think wonderful.
Yeah.
And we're serving all of them, and we have kids that do pay and some kids that don't pay and they can't afford to pay. But I'm very happy and excited about all of my branches, and I'm very happy with my staff because my staff shares my vision and mission. And kids are doing amazing. Like they're talking, walking. Kids that never walk, they're walking, and I get prayers from their parents.
So these children come in with disabilities?
Disabilities.
Oh.
They're all kids that have disabilities.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
amazing.
So it's going really well.
And it's great when you follow your passion
Yes.
in life, because people...
I think more important is doing something and making this as a profession is really, really admirable job, because I think there are not many people those who can handle such.
I know.
Yeah.
I've seen parents disowning kids,
Especially with babies.
especially
Yes.
abled, and then you are into a profession which has turned now into a successful business.
Yes.
So it's really important to have passion like this.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it is.
So I must appreciate the thoughts and the process behind it. I think it might have taken long years for
Yes.
you also to learn, right?
Yeah.
So very nice. I'll come back to you and we'll ponder more. But over to you, Tamika. Now, your entry into holistic wellness began as a mother. So walk us through the moment. Like, what was the defining moment, and why did you choose?
Well, the defining moment was, of course, having my child born with a fatal blood disease. I mean, that's any mother's or any parent's, worst nightmare. But just going to the hospital for an entire year, and they were not able to help my son at all. And
Entire year?
entire year, he had to be hospitalized every 2 months because he continued to have sickle cell crises. And sickle cell is a red blood cell disease. So it's when the body doesn't produce enough red blood cells to carry oxygen throughout the body. And so the cells become stuck, and chronic pain, organ damage, death, so many things happen. And even today, millions of children, adults are still dying, even today in 2025. So that's what really prompted me, because before that, I didn't know anything about herbalism at all. But when I saw my child suffering, I said, no, we're not doing this at all. So at the end of the year, his body stopped producing red blood cells, so he needed a blood transfusion. And then 2 months later, another blood transfusion. And I was like, that's it. I told myself, I am not doing this anymore. I will no longer be in this hospital ever again. I spoke those words, not even knowing what I was going to do. But I spoke the words, and we were never in there again.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. So that's when I started giving him, just really praying, because I knew that God didn't send us here for us to suffer, not like this. And I just started getting herbs to treat sickle cell, the root cause of it. And one by one, my son started taking it at the age of 1, didn't have any more crises. 3 years went by. And that's when I wrote my first book, Sickle Cell Natural Healing: A Mother's Journey. And so it was a very horrific time, because, going through it and not having the help or not getting answers from the doctor. You don't know if your child is going to die. I didn't know any of that, because children die all the time with sickle cell. But the blessing of it is the herbs are amazing. They are for the healing of the nation. And today...
So how did you first heard about the herbs and all?
Well, just research. I was researching online. I was talking to God, my spirit within. I'm like, I need answers. I need answers. So
it happens as a mother, you will do everything.
Mothers don't give up. Yeah.
They don't give up.
Yeah.
Because, oh my gosh, it was terrifying.
Some research and some other.
Yeah, I just started I found a parent online actually in Africa was giving her child like prickly ash bark, ginkgo biloba. That's when I first saw, oh, those are herbs, okay. But I did read the scripture, Revelations 22:2, the herbs are for the healing of the nation. Ezekiel 47:12, the leaves are our medicine. That's what I saw first. Now, when I read those scriptures, I knew, I had a calm that came over me, because once I read those 2 scriptures, I knew it was help for my son. And yeah, so I just started giving him the herbs at the age of 1 and never had any more crises. And I was the most happiest mother ever in life. And then I went to Africa, and now that was like maybe 12 years ago. And that's the first time that I went to Africa and just kind of educated people in 7 different cities about sickle cell and how to take care of your child. Because in Africa, oh my gosh, in Nigeria alone, 350,000 babies die every year just from sickle cell.
Don't tell me. Is it?
Yeah, like there's high numbers in the Congo and Nigeria. India, India call it thalassemia, but it's a large number there as well. Greece, Turkey, and other places. But it was a very devastating time. But once he got better and I knew what I was doing, it became very liberating. And then I wanted to go tell the world, you don't have to suffer, and the parents, you can do this. You don't have to suffer, because no parent should have to sit there and watch their child deteriorate like that, when they don't have to. But a lot of parents do, because they don't know what to do. Yeah. So that's what started my journey, and my child being sick. But he's amazing now. He's a sophomore in high school and doing fabulous.
Fantastic. I think, you both have a lot of things in common.
Yes.
One is working for the specially able, and you have had such a great, you can say, journey.
Yeah. She's healing children as well. Yeah.
Not
So
only
both-
that, we work with families too, because until and unless you work with a family structure, you cannot bring healing to the child.
That's true.
So I think it's very important.
Oh, yes.
I think counseling for the family is very important.
Yes, because I also consult with parents
exactly. Yeah.
as well, because they don't know. They call Tamika, they book a consult. I have a baby with sickle cell. I don't know what to do. So I have to, start them off with, okay, pharmaceuticals are the 3rd leading cause of death, but they want to be with the herbs anyway. That's why they contact me. And they're afraid in the beginning, but once child start taking the herbs, they get calmed down and they get very happy. It's like, this is all I needed? Yeah.
No, but sometimes it's important also for us. Yeah. So I can understand your point of view, and I think we will be diving deep inside your journey and we'll be learning more. But I have a question now which is pondering in my heart to you, Dr. Jawahar, that you have worked in various areas of behavior therapy, but apart from that, you have also traveled extensively, like US, UAE, Gulf, all other regions you said. So what has been the experience, and what different in culture you have seen in each of the countries? If you can share some thoughts on that. Yeah.
There is a lot of difference. So coming from America, because till 2015, like when I got married in 98, I was 19. So coming to America, in 2001, I was 21. So from 21 to, I actually grew up in American culture till 2015. So I was shaped up in that American culture. So going from American culture to Dubai was a huge change for me.
Wow.
The ethical values that we have in America, they are totally opposite of what I saw in Dubai, right? So our board had told us, okay, you cannot eat at your client's house, you cannot do this at your client's house, but when you go to Dubai and they're like feeding you, you cannot tell them no, right?
True.
And also, the awareness is not there. They keep on thinking that this happened because the mom did something bad or the dad did something bad. That is also another problem. Then, the issue of diagnosis, it's so hush-hush in these countries, because in America, parents are a little bit more open to diagnosis, to the labeling, because the sooner the child is diagnosed, the sooner the treatment can start.
Yeah.
But in Dubai, in Bahrain, in, Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, in Kuwait, the diagnosis is not that common, easy. And then it might be easier if the parents are open to it. But once they are not open to it, and once they don't want to talk about it, you can't treat the
So
child.
how difficult it is actually to
It's
deal with parents
difficult.
specifically?
It's very difficult, and because you can't just go and say, this is it and you have to do this, because that's going to create a rift. That's going to tell, that's what the parents are going to be like, you are the enemy, get out of my house, I don't want you to be in my house. You have to pair yourself with the parents, you have to. And then also there are a lot of myths around this, right? So what happens is that people are going to be like, oh, the mom ate this, or these were refrigerator moms, for example, that's why the child has autism. She was very cold, she didn't have emotions, or the mom ate something wrong, or the mom did something wrong, or the dad, something like that. So this, to break this stereotype, it took a long time for me, because when I came to Dubai at that time, there were only 2 or 3 clinical settings that was serving like a holistic approach for the kids. But then when I came, the first training I started was in 2015 May, and I started training, and after that now I see that the culture is growing and people are they are saying, okay, now acceptability is there. But before it wasn't there. And even in Pakistan, it was so hard because, people don't want to accept it. They're like, oh, he doesn't speak, but that's it, nothing else. But now, with the passage of time, now awareness is coming, parents are more open to it. But it was really hard in the beginning. The cultures are totally different. People didn't want to accept it. People were closing kids behind doors. They were locking them up. I had a free clinic.
Like I think people sometimes believe that they are not comfortable showing it off to the whole world and society.
Right. Yeah.
Or maybe there is some kind of discomfort which they should not
They should not have. Yeah. And I actually did free camps in a lot of rural areas.
Is it? Oh.
So what happened is I saw that the kids were coming in, and I was doing a free camp, and kids had burn marks on their arms and nails were taken out. And I asked them, I said, what happened? And they're like, we had this a priest or a Maulvi, and they are doing exorcism because they think that the child is possessed. So these are myths that come along with kids. And then there are a lot of cousin marriages. There are a lot of polygamy is very common. So because of that also, we see that there are a lot of kids with disabilities. So there is a lot of cultural difference between America and the other countries.
Yeah, I know when.
So which was the best experience? I would say you liked working. Yeah, in which country?
I think Kuwait was good. Kuwait was good.
So any such incident or something which is close to your heart now, which you can share?
Kuwait was good. Pakistan is going really well right now. Dubai was also very good. So the best experiences that I have is that when I empower mothers. That's my best experience. So when we opened up in Dubai, I had moms that would come to me and they were all depressed. So one of the moms, she came to me, she was a housewife. She used to come to me on a bus from Sharjah to my clinic in JLT. And she used to come, she was filled with sweat and she didn't know what to do. And, I trained her. She became an RBT, which is a registered behavior therapist. And then she became a behavior analyst. And now she's doing her doctorate as a behavior analyst. And she's in England. And her son is much better. He's speaking and he's in a regular school. And she had her 3rd kid. So when I see these families bloom, that just makes my day. Exactly. And I have a lot of those experiences.
Fantastic. I think, just like behind every successful, story, there lies people, those who have, supported. So I think you have a lot of support.
Yes, that's amazing.
And apart from support, I would say blessings.
Yes.
Blessings.
Yeah.
Because the kind of work which you are doing is really something which not a common job, I must say. What do you say, right?
I say it's great. That is phenomenal. That is amazing.
Some days I wake up in the morning and I get messages on WhatsApp and I have only duas in it, prayers in it, from people whose kids are walking and talking, and that just makes my day. And I think I'm blessed. I'm really blessed.
Yeah.
So it makes my
day. Great job, I must say. So coming back to you, Tamika, I think as a veteran and entrepreneur, how has discipline and resilience played a role in building Everything Health? Because Everything Health is something which you are doing day in, day out now. So I want to know more. What is this formula which you have? so that, it can be
It can be generalized.
generalized. Because they all want to learn and we all want to stay happy.
Well, then it's just, but see, we haven't been trained over here on the planet. Well, I can't speak for here, but in the United States, they don't train you about holistic health. They only teach you about your physical body and that's it. But we have a mental body, an emotional body, and a spiritual body.
Oh.
And if we don't address those, which are the most important, well, then we're going to always be sick.
So you said mental body, spiritual
Yeah,
body?
we have a physical body, a
And
mental body, emotional body, and spiritual body. We have 4.
Wow.
And we can't forget about the mental. Have you heard the saying about you can't heal the physical until you heal your mental? Have you ever heard that?
Not exactly.
Okay. So, but it's actually true because, our subconscious mind is our right brain. Our left brain is our conscious mind.
Wow.
That's the ego brain. Your right brain is your divine power.
So, I have somebody who is talking about conscious and subconscious mind now.
Yeah.
Because my upcoming book is coming, which is titled Consciously Subconscious.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
true.
think, I can relate to that.
I tell you, like when I consult with parents now, I don't just tell them about the physical body. Now, before, I'm also divorced as well, but before my divorce, I was only treating the physical body, and that's it. You see, physical body are the herbs because the herbs are hear, smell, touch, taste. But when you heal your emotional body, your spiritual body, that's more about having faith. You have to have faith. You have to believe, like the placebo effect. For over 100 years, people went in for the placebo effect, only took a sugar pill.
Absolutely.
But they all cured their disease. And that was because they had a strong belief that they could do it. And they had faith. So I have come to the assumption now that 95% of the planet is really suffering and sick. And that's from studies. But now I'm seeing that like the number one cause of that is our own ill thinking, our own negative thoughts, hating and disliking and bitterness.
That's true.
Because that's exactly what the book says, the book that I'm talking about, The Seat of the Soul.
That's right.
It says that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Whatever you give the world gives back to
That's
you.
right, yeah.
That's
it's all energy. It's energy.
It's
Whatever
energy,
we put out, it comes
exactly.
back. As a man think in his heart, so is he.
Yeah.
Death and life's in the power of the tongue. So we got to wake up and start learning how to speak life over our health and stop letting. But see, you got to understand.
In
it's
India,
a system.
we call it karma.
Well, it is, yeah.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle.
And see, I didn't know
and
that.
I'm a strong follower of karma.
I am a strong believer in that too.
I was never taught that in the United States.
So
I believe in the
so
United
now we are all on the
All
same
on the
page.
same page.
I tell you, in the United States, though, did you say you grew up? I mean, were you?
No, I grew up in Pakistan, but
Oh.
I was young when I moved to.
In the United States? I didn't get that
But
as
19 was a very young age, I think,
It was an arranged marriage.
Oh, okay.
I actually wanted to talk a little bit about the herbs over here that right now, according to the world consensus, every 1 in 31 kids is being diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder.
Oh.
And the rate is going to grow. So if you read The Power of Neurodiversity, that is another book, what it is saying is that after 100 years from now, autism is going to be like any other ADHD kid. So, and that is also, it ties into what she's saying, that because of the pharma that is increasing, the kids with autism are increasing, and there has to be a solution to this problem. Otherwise, this is going to go beyond what we
Absolutely.
can
I think,
deal with.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of parents that are working with herbs and biomedical doctors because I don't think that there is a solution.
In fact, I think, you both have a lot of things which you can jointly also plan.
Right.
Because I think,
yes.
there's a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's amazing.
So I think we are not just discussing, we are making friends, we are doing a business.
I
Yeah.
know, yeah.
And
exactly.
we're talking something
and learning
which is,
new things
absolutely.
because in
Yeah.
the United States they don't really know anything about the subconscious mind. They don't know about the seed to the
don't.
soul. They don't, because they didn't get the training. They trained us the way the government wanted us to learn. They, what they wanted us to know. They didn't want us to know about our divine powers.
My theory about conscious and subconscious was basically that, when you think in your consciousness, still there is a subconscious mind which is fighting constantly with your consciousness.
Yeah, because
So how to create a balance between your conscious and subconscious actually makes your life, career, or your path, or your growth, everything is actually revolving around controlling the consciousness and the subconscious.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think if you have a balanced approach,
You have to.
otherwise there's no, nothing.
Because
which
if you
can
don't
stop.
if you don't invite the subconscious in, that means you're not listening to spirit. And spirit is within every soul on this planet. And so yeah, it's I didn't learn any of that until after like 4 years ago, you know.
How did this word came to you? How did you actually name your business, Everything Health?
I had a TV show for a small while in Dallas when I used to live in Dallas, Texas. And so the guy just asked me one day, he said, well, Tamika, what do you want the show to be called? And because I heal almost any disease, I just said, let's call it Everything Health. And that was years ago. Oh my gosh. I mean, it may have been 15 years ago. And he said, you know, people change their minds all the time. I never changed my mind. I never changed it. I left it as Everything Health.
That's good.
Yeah, because I heal everything. You know, I heal everything. Just in Africa, I mean, wow, cancer, diabetes, hypertension, arthritis, goiters, baby with holes in the heart. I mean, it's truly amazing.
So tell me more about your journey, like how many countries you have traveled, and might be, some stories which are close to your heart.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I tell you, as like you were saying, when the babies heal, when they message me and say, Tamika, we had a baby, 3-month-old baby with a hole in the heart, crying night and day, but treated the baby with the solutions I send, and now the baby's fine. I mean, that's amazing, you know. And a lady had goiters, and they needed her to come in and do emergency surgery. Didn't have to go. Treated her with the herbs. She's fine in two months.
Fantastic. So
Yeah,
now we know where to come.
where to come? Now I'm thinking, oh, okay, what do I need to go to for?
So maybe sometime when we are feeling depressed, I should give you a call, right? Although,
take 10 deep breaths,
yeah.
center yourself, and then you can call me.
So I think there are a lot of viewers, those who are watching, and now you know where to go. So coming back on this, I think, we have learned quite a few things from you both. But let's make this segment more interesting, and let's take this discussion to the next level, right? Okay. So we are entering a new segment, which is a game segment. You can say that it's something which I want you to guess. And this is called Guess Me If You Can. So what you have to do is, you have to give one word to the clue which I give you. So I'll be sharing some clue, and then I would like you to name it in a one word, right? Shall we start?
Let's start.
I'll start with Dr. Jawahar.
Okay.
So Dr. Jawahar, your clue is, I don't fit the normal mold, but I'm not broken. I'm the spectrum of mind that color the world with difference. It's very close to the kind of work which you do.
Is it autism spectrum disorder?
Guess more?
Neurodiversity.
Absolutely right. bang on target. But I think, she's very sharp for that.
Very sharp. Yeah. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. She's brilliant.
She's spot on. Yeah. Because I think, it's the mind, body, soul which is interacting now. So
right
she's
now.
actually
That's right.
into that mode, right?
Yeah.
So over to you again.
Sure.
I don't rescue. I equip. I'm the silent force behind every bold decision.
Empowerment.
Wow, fantastic again. I was thinking that this is going to be tough, but then the second time it clicked, right?
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah.
But I think, these are common things which we have been using.
I think we use it in our daily
Absolutely
routine
right.
also.
It's only that the clue was a little tough.
Tough. Yeah.
I don't know. I think, I should have...
you read it in breaks, so it hit my mind.
Yeah. So exactly, I think it has worked well. So moving on now, it's your turn, Dr. Tamika. So I'll give you some clues. I don't just treat the symptom, I see the whole you, mind, body, and the spirit. I just don't treat the symptom, but I heal the whole you.
Oh,
The whole you is the clue, basically.
the whole body, mind, and soul, body, mind, and spirit.
Yeah. Something which you have been doing for years.
Treating the root cause, treating chronic disease.
So what is this approach?
Oh, holistic.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you
Holistic.
bang it.
Okay.
Perfect. So the next one.
Okay.
I bend, I bounce, but I don't break. I'm forged in fire and fueled in faith.
Resilient.
Fantastic.
All right. Woohoo.
How do you guys, both are genius things. Or you are actually naming it according to the clue. So I think, you got the answers quite right. And I hope everybody enjoyed. So moving on, let's dive deep into the area of work and the professions which you carry, right? So I would like to understand from you, Dr. Jawahar, that how has been your journey? Was it tough? Was it easy? And how do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I wouldn't say it was easy because, once you have to do something which is different than the norm, it is difficult. And then me being a woman of marginalized sections, it has been hard because even in the USA, it was a little bit harder. Because my culture was different than the culture of America, because first I had to adapt to that culture. Because I went post 9/11, so that was a different era. I remember when I went on the plane, I had a hijab and I was one of the 3 passengers on the plane. And then to go and, like for example, there are a lot of cultural issues. Like I was taught by my mom and my grandfather not to look in the eye. But when you go to America, you
It's
have
like eye
to,
contact.
you have to give eye contact.
Otherwise, it's like
It's like
disgrace.
you're disrespecting them. So to build that culture, and then after that, from going from there to Dubai was a different culture, because now I was a very hard-headed person from there.
You don't look like.
No, but when I have to prove my point, across, I come a little bit stronger. And then my father told me, he was in Dubai at that time, he's like, you cannot be like that over here. They're going to put you in jail. This is monarchy. So you have to be very careful. So, like I used to fight for, the clinic, this has to be done like this with the government people, when
So
we
you
were
were
getting
very
specific about the DHA approvals. So building that clinic over there, getting all those approvals, that was hard.
And then the licensing part.
It's so hard. And yes, I do have American citizenship, but again, my birth is Pakistan. So, there is some discrimination. And then after that, in Pakistan also, it was a little bit harder to, establish everything, because just training, teaching, building the clinical settings was harder. Dealing with the government organizations, going there, talking to them, awareness campaigns were very difficult. And then the biggest problem is that you build everything and then somebody comes and they steal everything and they take it away and they make their own.
It's like copy paste.
It's a copy and paste.
But that happens in every industry.
But you know what? What happens is that we flourished, they are still where they were. Because my mind is given by the Almighty, so it stays the same.
Right.
And it has all these ideas, but they just copy and pasted what they took from me, and they cannot go beyond because they are not thinking outside the box. So these are the difficulties that I've had. But and then also financially, because in Pakistan we don't have a good financial structure.
I know.
We don't have insurance, nothing like that. So whatever I do, I am so thankful to the one up there that he is supporting me. There is no single person or a single woman who could have done what I have done in Pakistan just by using my own funding, because nobody helps me. Nobody has helped me ever. I have done all of this by myself. And I'm not a millionaire.
Same here.
So it's all
You
done
have
by
to be
me.
millionaire by the heart.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that I
Heart.
am.
Yeah.
And believe me, if a kid comes to us and the mom says, I cannot pay you, and I tell my staff, you have to take this kid. There is no way you're going to say no.
Yeah.
And the next day, God makes such a way for me
Yeah.
that I get paid double from somewhere
Exactly.
else.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So that's it.
We're on the same
We're on the
path.
same page.
We're on the same path, I'm telling you.
So something happens,
I'm
and
telling you.
and we're growing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think so inspiring. You know,
Once
you
you
both
forget-
are
Yeah,
you,
like,
you
you
both
know-
are full of energy,
Oh,
and at
yeah.
the same point of time,
Because-
the kind of work which you have been doing is like, you know, now I'm feeling little jealous that I have to still learn a lot, right? Okay, Tamika, now, what were the biggest misconceptions you have ever faced about natural medicine, and how did you build trust in your model?
Oh my gosh.
Because that's very typical, right?
If you think about the United States
Ah.
that know nothing about herbs, nothing about natural healing.
Correct, because it's all started from Ayurveda and
Yeah.
other sciences, right?
I had challenges because no one around me believed me. I mean, because it's fear. It's all fear driven. But oh gosh, it was everyone around me. Like, even my ex-husband didn't believe me. So that was just, yeah, it was tough. It was tough. But, you know, getting past that part of it, you know, people second guessing you, not having faith in you, you know, where did she get her degree from? And I would say I got my degree from the Creator. So, but, you know, I would like, why can't people look at my work? You know, I can show you the thousands of people, thousands that I've healed, you know, but show me cases after cases that a hospital have cured, you know. But like I said, it was all fear. And I did let that get to me at one point because I wasn't in contact with my spirit yet. But, you know, it put me down a little bit and deterred me really, and kind of put a stop on things. But God has always found a way to keep me going. And I think COVID, and the government in the USA. So I had a COVID box during COVID, and I healed maybe 3,000 to 4,000 people with this Corona box. And once the FDA found out, they emailed me and said if I didn't stop, they would fine me $43,000. So that's the type of control these people have over lives in the United States. So when I say it's all fear, I get it. I understand it. I understand why they're in fear and why they don't want to speak up and say anything, because they don't want to go to jail. You know, they don't want to be talked about but I didn't care. I know the truth. I know the truth. God herbs heal people. Our divine powers heals us. And so only the truth can set us free. And I'm not going to stand with the majority just because it's comfortable. No, I'm not doing that. And so I just fought through it and never gave up. You know, I just kept speaking those words. I am that I am. And so it's just so much power, you know, when you have the faith and you believe in your journey, you know what you're doing, you trust in God, you believe in Him, and you put your trust and faith in Him and the angels and the spirit guides, you can't go wrong. And I haven't gone wrong since I've connected with my spirit.
Well, actually, it's all about the mind, body, soul.
Yes,
And
it is.
once you're disconnected, I think, you know,
is.
yeah.
You know, we've been disconnected. We've all, and you know, it's not like we were on this planet living in peace, love, and harmony before the colonizers got here. We were one human race.
Right.
We all loved everyone. But once they got here, they started drawing lines, separating, conquer and divide, bringing colors. Color is an illusion. We're all spiritual beings.
I know.
You know, but that's where all the conquer divide come, and all the hate. That's how they grew hate on the planet. But we're coming in a time now, people have to understand that we must forgive. Okay, forgiveness in the medical books are classified as a disease. So it's just so much that we haven't been taught, you know, and I'm just so ready to get out there and go. But since the U.S. is not ready, I'm in Africa now. And I started in Africa because there's millions on top of millions. But my plan is to travel from country to country to country all over this planet, healing my brothers and sisters from all chronic disease and teach them about their divine powers.
That's really
Because
nice.
if they don't learn how to use their divine powers, you can't heal. If you go right back into talking negative and being negative and not positive, you know, you're gonna just keep, what is it, karma? You're gonna keep causing it to come back. Sickness is gonna always dwell in the body.
Which all countries in Africa have you expanded your business?
Kenya. I just started a business there in Kenya. But I've only been to Kenya so far, and I've been to Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Kakamega, Mumias. I've traveled a lot in Kenya, and it's so overwhelming how, I just want to cry sometimes. You know, it's just how they have the world set up. But we're fighting now to bring unity back and to bring peace back and oneness. You know, that's who we were before, and that's where we're going back to.
We need the inner peace first.
Right.
Yeah.
to create
The inner
world
peace, yes.
Yeah, because you have to love yourself first. If you
Absolutely.
can't love yourself, you can't love anyone else.
I'm learning that.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. I think, you know, we've had some great chat, great discussion. Now it's the time for another segment.
Okay.
So it's called Spotlight on Humanity. And like you both are also firm believer of giving back. So we thought that why not have a section which talks about the UN Sustainable Development Goals. So at Gusto with GD, we believe that the stories should do more than inspire, and they should ignite. And in a world searching for sustainable solution, it's no longer enough to succeed. We must also serve. And that's why this segment is close to our heart, and where we are aligned our purpose with the global progress and the global goals. So we are talking about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which is called as SDGs. So I'll be actually asking you about how exactly you are doing the work which are aligning towards the sustainable goals. And then you can tell me about which goals from the 17 UN goals you strongly support.
Okay.
So now we turn the spotlight to our guest, not just to learn from what they do, but to understand why they do it. Because behind every sustainable development goal aligned effort, there is a heart that refuses to stay silent and a mind that dares to dream bigger for all of us. So my question to you, Dr. Jawahar, which SDG resonates most with your mission and how it bases contribution to that vision?
So the SDG goal that aligns with my vision is quality education. The reason for this goal is because my master's was in special education. And according to the IDEA, which is in America, and the No Child Left Behind Act, we're supposed to modify curriculum and education for each and every child. So every child, even if he's a special child or he has any kind of intellectual disability, autism, special needs, they should have the proper education and they shouldn't be left behind. So no child should be left out of inclusion. So basically all children should have the quality education that they deserve. So right now in America, yes, they are doing that. They have schools and kids are going to regular schools and they're getting that education. They have an IEP, which is an individualized educational plan. But in other countries, they do not have that. So right now, my goal is to get quality education to all of these kids. And we're doing that just right now in Pakistan. We signed a MOU with one of the biggest chains throughout the country, Beacon House. And we're going to help them with training their teachers and shadow teachers and getting those kids into the classroom setting and therapeutical setting at the same time and modifying their curriculum for their individualized needs. So this is the one that I stand by.
Fantastic, fantastic. So I think, your point goes towards the quality education and which is well aligned with the kind of business which you are doing.
Yeah.
I'm so proud that you guys are not just giving back, but giving back in the right direction,
Right.
which can actually create sustainable world.
Yes.
So over to you now, Dr. Tamika. I would like to understand what SDG reflect your philosophy at Everything Health, and how do you promote wellness access to all?
Okay, so mine is going to be good health and well-being.
Wow. So it's Everything Health. Everything revolves around health only. For you, right?
Everything. Every person on this planet deserves to know that they can be healthy. The children, it's just not right. It's not right for no one to suffer, but just watching these children and babies and the elders suffer, it just really saddens my soul, especially when I know it doesn't have to be that way. So every person deserves the right to proper and healthy health care. Right now we have sick care, but we need health care. we need true health care, true. And so when I said earlier that I am going to travel from country to country, because I'm going to bring that, I want to bring that to people all over the world, because I know they want it. They want to be healthy. People don't want to be sick. Parents don't want to see their children suffering. So we have the answers, we need to do it. And I want to build herbal stores in Kenya and different places in Africa. They don't even have herbal stores, but there's a pharmaceutical on every corner. So I want to build herbal stores so they can have a way to purchase things. And I want to also bring them electricity and clean water. So those are some things that is on my list to do, and I am going to do it because I have a deep desire, a great passion, and spirit is behind me.
Fantastic. I must say that, you both not just do creative work, but you do it with passion, which is aligned with the sustainable development goals as well. Thank you so much for this. So with this, we are almost coming to the end of this segment. But I think before we say goodbye, I want you to give a message to the new generation, a message which you want to share to your audience, and something inspiring which you feel gets connected with the whole world. So over to you, Dr. Jawahar. I would like you to record your message.
What I would like to say is that helping others and love and caring, it comes with a lot of, you can always do it sporadically, and people do it. Even to show a little bit of kindness takes a lot of courage. And I think we shouldn't shy away from little acts of kindness. Little acts of kindness, they go a long way. Even if we do one act a day, we can make a huge difference in this world.
Wow.
Yes. Awesome.
I mean, very thoughtful.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Oh, 100%. I agree.
So now it's the time for you to record your statement and something which can inspire the generations to come.
What I would say to the generations to come, and I tell my children now, is to love yourself. Love everyone around you, because they are you. You are them, they are you. We're all one. Whatever you do to another, you're doing to yourself. So love yourself, love others around you, forgive, don't hold on to grudges. And I believe that's a great start, that's a great start, because that's teaching to love yourself, love others. If you send love, you receive love, And I listen to my children sometime a year ago, and they'll get a little frustrated with other friends at school, and they may say some harsh words, and I have to remind them, why are you talking about yourself? Don't talk about yourself. The person you're talking about at school, that is you, right? I have to constantly remind them, be nice, be kind, speak positive, serve others. That's why we're on this planet. We're not just on this planet to just lollygag around. We're to transform this planet. So let's transform it in love.
Thank you so much. I think you both are amazing. There's only one word which
Thank
I
you.
can now relate. And I must say that you both have a journey which is very beautiful, and the kind of work which you have done has not just made you proud but the whole world now.
Thank you.
So I think God bless you both.
Thank you.
Carry on and continue the work which you are doing. Be passionate but also inspire.
Yes.
So I think this is what is all about, and it's all about what? It's all about the guts, glory, and gusto.
That's right.
From therapy to tinctures, psychology to herbalism, today's guests remind us that healing is a deeply human endeavor. It is listening, it is in leading, and most of all, it's in loving what we do. Gusto with GD is not about spotlighting success, it's about honoring spirit. As we wrap this episode, remember your greatest medicine may be your mindset, and your loudest voice may come from the quietest strength. Until next time, from the vibrant heart of Colombo, this is Dr. G.D. Singh saying goodbye. God bless and stay connected. You're watching Gusto with GD, brought to you by Unified Brainz in association with Passion Vista. I really enjoyed, and I hope you guys also enjoyed. Thank you once again for coming all the way along from the United States just to attend this and give the audience a special message. So thank you once again. It was pleasure, wonderful, and stay rocking like this. God bless.
Thank you.
God
Thank
bless.
you.
Thank you. So you're watching Gusto with GD, brought to you by Unified Brainz in association with Passion Vista, your very own luxury, lifestyle and business magazine. This was our end of the business edition, and I think we have learned a lot, and we had some beautiful, inspiring journeys, some learning stories which we have, and we will bring you more such stories in our next episode. Thank you. Stay tuned.